teach y'all. I'm Carla Jones, and I'm going to teach y'all today about triple-negative breast cancer. Triple-negative breast cancer is an aggressive form of breast cancer, and it's most likely to reoccur than hormone receptor cancers. The unfortunate truth about cancer is that it affects millions of people every day. Different types of breast cancer, some much worse than others, and triple-negative breast cancer is one of the worst. Cancer is everywhere. Breast cancer is the second leading cancer, coming in second behind lung cancer. Nearly 200,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. So if you think about 8 women that you know, just think about one of those women will end up with breast cancer in her lifetime. Also, 2,000 men are diagnosed with breast cancer every year. So all of y'all, you're not exempt from this either. Triple-negative breast cancer, there's 3 criteria to be triple-negative breast cancer as per Susan G. Komen website. First of all, it's estrogen negative, progesterone negative, and HER2 and NEU negative. That means that it's not fueled by hormones, where other types of breast cancer are hormone positive so that they can be treated with hormones. Unlike triple-negative breast cancer, it can't. Also, the probability of positive lymph nodes, it tends to grow and spread quickly, and the probability of reoccurrence is really high with triple-negative breast cancer. The National Cancer Institute website states that triple-negative breast cancer is insensitive to some of the most effective therapies available for breast cancer treatment. Triple-negative breast cancer is less likely to be found on a mammogram. Therefore, if you find a lump, you go to the doctor, and the doctor says, they can't see anything on the mammogram. If you think there's something wrong, insist on having an MRI, because an MRI will pick up the triple-negative breast cancer where the mammogram won't. There are several treatment options. First of all, you need surgery to remove the cancer. You can have a partial mastectomy or a lumpectomy to remove the lump if it's just something small. Or you can do the full mastectomy, which is a double mastectomy, to have both breasts removed, and that way you'll get rid of all the cancer. You need to protect yourself from reoccurrence. The full mastectomy, which is the double mastectomy, is one of the best options to go with. You can do chemotherapy or radiation or a combination of both. To compare the chemo versus the radiation, first of all, the chemotherapy is less damaging to the exposed portions of the body. However, it cannot be targeted. The chemotherapy kills the rapidly dividing cells in the body, which is what causes you to lose your hair and makes you so sick. Whereas radiation is more damaging to the exposed portions of the body, but it can be targeted. You can localize and you can do something just on that particular area. And it does kill the cells being targeted, potentially those in close proximity of those target cells. Who is at risk of the triple-negative breast cancer? Anyone, but typically people under the age of 60. Most women over the age of 60, they end up with the hormone-positive breast cancers, which is what I was talking about earlier, where you can treat that with hormones, where you can't with triple-negative breast cancer. African American and Hispanic women are at a higher risk. Anyone can get it, but these women are the ones that are at higher risk. Also, BRCA1 carriers. You might be asking, what is BRCA1? Well, as the Pink Lotus Breast Cancer Center reports, BR stands for breast, CA stands for cancer. Normal people have the BRCA genes. Everyone has them. You may not know you do, but BRCA genes fight cancer in your body. Now, if you have the BRCA1 gene, that is a mutated or broken gene, and it's passed from one generation to the next. It's hereditary, so you'll get it from your mom or your dad. And there's 8 red flags that indicate a possible BRCA1 mutation. If you have a first, second, or third generation relative from your mom or dad's side with breast cancer or ovarian cancer before the age of 50, that's a definite red flag. They say that the Jewish heritage people, people from Eastern Europe, Germany, Poland, Ukraine, places like that are real high risk. Any male relative with breast cancer. If you have a male relative with breast cancer, that's a definite high red flag for the BRCA1 mutation. Any relative who is a known BRCA mutation carrier, that if you have a child, that child has a 50% chance of being a carrier of that mutation also. If you have breast cancer in yourself prior to the age of 50, like I was saying earlier, women who are 60 or older, they normally get the hormone receptor. 2 breast cancers in yourself at any age. If you have breast cancer, you have a lumpectomy, and the cancer returns, that's a possible red flag. Triple-negative breast cancer in yourself. I've done a lot of research on this, And everyone that I have found that had the BRCA1 mutation was a triple negative breast cancer patient. If you have 2 or more family members with breast, ovarian, pancreas, prostate, melanoma, uterine, colon, and stomach cancers, those are also red flags. The sad truth about BRCA1 is that women carrying a BRCA1 mutation have an 87% chance, a lifetime chance of breast cancer, and a 54% chance of ovarian cancer, versus the general population of 12% for breast cancer and less than 1% ovarian cancer. Which you can see there, that's a really high odds of having if you have the BRCA1 to get breast or ovarian cancer, because 87% compared to 12%, or less than 1% to the 54%. So if you do have the BRCA1 mutation, it's best to have a double mastectomy and your ovaries removed to prevent yourself from developing breast or ovarian cancer. Also, BRCA1 carriers who get breast cancer have an 85% will have more aggressive triple negative subtype, just like I was saying, versus the 15% general population. Breastcancer.org, How Triple Negative Breast Cancer Behaves and Looks, reports that women with triple negative breast cancer have a higher risk of death within the first 5 years of being diagnosed. However, if you reach that 5-year mark, you have a higher odds of making it. You'll live past that. They're saying here that in that first 5 years, that if you do have the triple negative breast cancer, most of them will not make it. They won't be able to fight the cancer. And in summary, I've taught y'all that triple negative breast cancer is the most rare. It's the most likely to reoccur within the first 5 years, and it doesn't mean that it's going to reoccur in the breast. It could come back in your ovaries, it can come back in the brain, the lungs, or the bones. Triple negative breast cancer patients are more likely to have the BRCA1 mutation, and patients diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer have the highest chances of losing their battle with breast cancer and the highest odds of the cancer returning. Why did I choose this topic? Well, as you can see, that's me. On August 25th, 2010, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, and I'm a BRCA1 mutation carrier. I will never be cancer-free or in remission, and I'm a 3-year survivor and looking forward to surpassing my 5-year mark. Here's the resources that I got this information from, so if any of y'all are interested in looking up any of it, you can look at all this. And thank y'all for coming today. See, I did better.